Yeah, I guess the future will be televised. You within range of your greatness, graciously be advised. We tap into inspiration, generational kind, and moving mountains for the gems they could never find. We take the dive a little deeper every single time. We let the art in every single thing they go behind. In every scene to bring the greatness out. Whatever it is, please just make it count. Then tell the story to the world when you make it out. You are now within range. You are now within range. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
You are now within range.
That's all I know.
You are now within range.
That's all.
You are now within range. You are now within range.
Let's just do it, boys. Listen, we are back with another episode of the Within Range podcast. Don Juan, Jared Suter. The ear God is not with us today, Jared, but always with us in spirit.
Always.
All right. Excited to have this guest on today. Not only is he an artist himself, but he's a part of one of the biggest, let's just say that, of the biggest platform in Arizona.
Yes.
We working hard.
He and his crew have been making crazy noise in the valley for years now. Literally hashtagging. I mean, these guys are. We're gonna get into that. I'm excited to talk about it. But as an artist, I personally feel like this man has a sound of his own that is different from the rest of the Phoenix hip hop landscape. His voice is distinctive. He's got a unique flow. Artist and performer. I think they even got some of his songs on the radio, Jared. If I might have heard correctly.
No, about 98.3.
That's power,
I don't
man.
have any favorites on the radio because it's just the digital age for the most part, but
facts.
there is one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salute to power, man. That's love.
Man, so representing the west side of the Zoo, we are here with DeLa Preme, a.k.a. Skirtus Blow, a.k.a. Skirt Skiggity.
Facts. Yes, these are facts, man. From the west side of the Glendale to be exact. I appreciate y'all.
We'll have Drew do the the applause when it
Love,
comes
man.
on, bro.
That shit's fire. He
Hey,
said Zoe.
Skirt Skiggity.
From the west side of the Zoo, bro. I might have read that somewhere
Hey,
before.
that's
Dude.
what's
Might have
up.
read that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Hey, Preme, man, thanks for coming on. We talked about a little bit, when you first got here, but we had linked up last year at the Heat Wave event, and man, it was crazy because y'all were there. The whole crew was there. Y'all were kind of filming, and I remember I was with my girl, and we were walking out, and I was like, I gotta say something. And it was just kind of an on-the-spot moment, bro. But I knew from that point, I think I called Jared right away, and I was like,
he's like, dude, I ended up doing an interview.
I just locked up
no
with
way.
Preme, and we're gonna interview him at some point.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, that happened,
It's
dude.
genuine energy, though. You know what I mean? And, you can feel that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if I thought it was weird, I would have been like, nah, I'm cool.
Facts.
You can tell, right away.
You can always tell.
100%.
That's what's up,
Bro.
man.
All right, so let's take it back, Preme. Glendale, Arizona.
That's my love, my home, man.
For those, who may not be from Arizona, may not be familiar with Phoenix in general, how would you describe Glendale in your own words? What makes it unique or
Glendale is like all of Arizona is a melting pot of cultures. Glendale has a lot of Latinos and Hispanics, a lot of people who have migrated from Africa.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Asia, facts. Then a lot of African Americans, a lot of Bosnian people, and we're in a tight ass space, right next to Maryville, and Maryville and Glendale are both parts of Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a border separates us, and these places are night and day. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And the West Side is just crazy in general. So growing up in Glendale, I definitely. It molded me to who I am. You can hear it in my music and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
I was telling Jared too, one thing that, not only your flow's crazy and you go in, but you rep Glendale often
Forever.
in your music. But I was telling Jared,
Forever, bro.
we listen to a lot of people in Arizona that are from different parts, but you really be putting your shit out there, bro.
Glendalian, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hard.
They know, and everybody know that it's been like that the whole entire time. Until everywhere we at, any state, any city, that's what it is. Because I think it's important to represent where you're from.
Yeah.
And I love Arizona in its entirety. You know what I mean? And I have memories and love for every single side. But Glendale's where I'm from, is where I'm where I was molded, and it was just different out there. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Everybody's trying to get it, and when you are from a place that has a lot of survival like that, you look at shit different. I would like to think before we moved, before my family moved to Glendale, we didn't have like a sheltered life, but like my dad and my mom, like they worked really hard to like where we never really saw any of the fucked up shit. Like, you know, like, we would never know what's happening.
Right.
You know, we were just hooping and shit.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
skating
just
and
being
shit.
kids and
Just being
growing up.
kids. And it did a
Yeah,
really
it's
good
just
job of
growing up.
making sure like we were able to still be kids. I'm the oldest of 7, so like that's not easy.
Shout out mom and dad, dude.
Oh, man.
So, bro,
rest
I'm
your
glad you brought it up because that's my next bullet point is 7 siblings.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about
and
that
I'm the
for a
oldest of
bit.
7 too, so like yeah, I
So
got,
you're like a second parent.
yeah, facts.
Those are Irish numbers, dude. My mom's side's Irish. It's 8 kids. It was 9 at one point, but yeah, 8 kids. Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I like big families. You know what I mean? I feel like that shit is like that's how you want it to be. Like I'm not knocking nobody who has like 1 or 2 kids, nothing like
Yeah.
that. But like having a big family, like the way we were raised, like we're all we got. You know what I mean? Like you might not have friends or people like, and that shit might come and go with friends and times and when you move or when you grow up and change and stuff. But like your family's forever and. They did a really good job of like we didn't know none of like no fucked up shit was ever happening. And then we moved to Glendale and like I got older and I was a teenager, like, you know, and I'm still going to Brophy. I'm gonna catch like 3 buses to get to school every single day.
That was gonna be my next question:
Yeah.
is how'd you end up at Brophy? You
so, like,
passed like 13 high schools on the way to.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So like I went to Osborne Middle School. That was on 17th Avenue. That's on 19th Avenue and Camelback, like 17th, 19th Avenue.
Not
and
too far
Camelback.
from
Down the
not
road.
far from
Yeah.
here, dude.
Just down the road.
Very close to here, and that's where I met Sully. He's my engineer. We know each other since we were like in 7th grade and
that's
shit.
crazy.
That's my brother.
Yeah,
So
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And we lived over there for a while, and then at Osborne Middle School, Brophy came and like did like a test. I was in gifting classes when I was in like school. My mom didn't play by my education like at all, like, but for none of us, like she
Crack down on it.
she didn't play about that shit. You know what I mean? So like they were like watching me from like 6th grade to 7th grade and 8th grade. They came to our school and they made us take the test and like. It was me and my friend Folks. We were the only one. He went to Isaac. We were the only ones in our whole district that got into Brophy.
Let's go, dude.
you know
That's
what I'm
freaking.
saying?
That's crazy.
That's hard.
And that shit was crazy. So I go to Brophy and
Now, were you ready for Brophy?
Fuck no.
Did you know about it? Like, I guess
Nah.
like growing where you grew up. Do you know like the the mystique of
I
it?
didn't know
or-
anything about private
No
schools
shit.
or none of that
Dude,
shit.
I'm a 32-year-old man. I drive by Brophy and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
It's
dude.
crazy,
I remember
like,
the first
it
time I
looks-
drove by, and I was like, "That's a high
it
school."
looks
So much
nicer than
shit
ASU's campus looked when we were going there.
Man,
to
like
parts.
Yeah.
I think like I take a lot from my time in high school. It that molded me to like being in the hood and then having to go to school every single day. Like you go home and because like you know, like you're in the hood, they might think like because like not because of the way I talk or nothing, but like I was like really smart and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I hooped a lot, so we're always at the park.
Yeah.
I'm always like, and I'm always in the streets with my homies.
Good
and
ballers
shit.
are intelligent, dude.
Yeah,
It's
you know what I'm
just-
saying? Sometimes, like, just because you, like, sometimes niggas don't be trying to hear all that shit. I don't know the other way to put it, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so, like,
yeah.
so they'll test your G, like, they think you're a bitch or not, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like,
so,
oh, this guy, like, he took a test to get here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
you
who
know,
is he?
And that's happening in school, and then that's happening at home, like, when I'm in the hood with my friends, because they think I'm, like, a nerd now because I'm
Oh,
smart.
because you switched school.
Yeah,
Bro,
like
the
and it's like,
dynamics of that.
It wasn't like by choice. My parents made me do that shit. I wanted to go to Central where my friends were going. I didn't even want to go to Apollo because we had just moved to Glendale.
Okay.
So like, I want like a lot of my friends were like going to Osborne or in that district, so they're all going to Central and shit. So like, I ended up going to the school that's right next to Central and the canal separated, and I could never see my homies because
Damn.
all of our
Wow, yeah,
vacations
it's
are
right
different.
there. Yeah.
You know, because in private schools, especially in like Jesuit schools, like everybody's school schedules and vacations are different. So our
That's right.
spring break and fall break would be like 2 weeks or a week after everybody else's and shit.
Wow.
Whack as fuck. Whack.
Wow.
They didn't
Man.
want us to have friends outside of school. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, and the homies deep down, there's probably some like, man, I wish I had tested the Brophy. You know
know
what I'm
what?
saying?
You got
Yeah,
like Fresh
man.
Prince of Bel-Air almost, but it wasn't
It felt like
across
that.
the country. You know?
Nah, it's
Right,
just-
it was
down
still
the
had to go
street.
home.
street.
Yeah.
Down the street, you know what I'm saying? I skate and catch the red line and shit, and getting bus transfers for 60 cents all day and shit. That's crazy. Before the light rail was even built, and going there, like I remember, like the summer before, like freshman year, doing shadowing and shit, and seeing that parking lot, I was like, yo, what the?
Some of the whips
I
in there, dude, like crazy shit
I'm
there.
like,
bro.
I mean, I went from I homeschooled for a long time. My dad moved around, and then I went to Tempe Prep. So that was
Okay.
that was less than it was 48 or 49 kids in my graduating class. So it was like I mean, 50x my previous projected
right,
graduating
right.
class. But
Damn.
but I something like a Brophy, like I can't even imagine.
Are you still
going
close to
that.
anybody from like that time from Tempe
I
Prep?
still talk to probably one guy like somewhat regularly, and then not as much some of the others.
Yeah, Brophy was and it's all boys school too, so like, that's different for me. But we had an all girls school right next to us.
Xavier, right?
Yeah, half of the classes we transfer. So like, and everything we do everything together. So like, we're always seeing the girls.
So they were around. They were
all the time.
Yeah, they're not
gonna thinking that Brophy is only guys.
Yeah,
I kind of like that, to be honest. Yeah, like just like it keeps your business separate, and then
I see why they did it, because like when you don't have that like distraction. Yeah, you can handle a lot more business.
Listen, I've seen Euphoria. I've seen both seasons, dude. I mean, the shit be getting crazy nowadays. It looks like
you don't even care about education,
right? Exactly.
Yeah, so like all that stuff with school and then going back to the hood, like it was always a balance of like defending myself on both sides, because I was always trying to prove myself. Then I stopped caring about that shit, and then like I started rapping a lot, and in my neighborhood, they would have me like rap at the park at Roseland, or have me rap against other neighborhoods for money, and that's how I ended up at the bridge, where like I met Coke, and me and Coke would battle, and Derez, and all of us, like all of us started
some of those battles.
Right there. Yeah, we all started at the bridge, and we battled for.
Where
our
is
hoods.
the bridge? I was curious to where that is.
It's on 35th Avenue in McDowell.
Oh, it's
right
over
next,
here.
Right next to that Jack in the Box.
Because I was wondering too when I watched some of those battles, I was like, I wonder if this is on the west side, but no.
Yeah, it's still right there too. That shit was a crazy time, like,
dude. So I guess like kind of going into that perfectly, like so you started out like freestyling at different places. You talked about like skate
just
park, basketball,
battle rapping. That's what it was.
That's what got you started.
That's what it was.
Okay,
forged
in the fire, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to think back here,
beats,
dude. What were the
lunch tables?
Yeah, all that shit. And like if you say something whack, everybody's silent.
What was the MTV battle show they had back in the day? What was it? I can't think of it.
Wild Out?
No. It was
the 106 and part.
No.
This was Vine Fury.
No, this was MTV.
You talking about Lions Den?
No, it was MTV's like something battle raps. Remember Serious Jones, Murder Moose,
Solo.
Yeah, that was the Lil Wayne.
That was Lions Den. It's not Smack. It's Lions Den. Yeah, because it had Hollow on there, it had Solo on there, it had Arsenal on. It was like Mook was on there. It was a lot of people's first battles.
Serious Jones was one of my early favorite battle raps.
Dude,
and he was funny. Like because I like comedy too. So you mix hip hop and comedy for me. I'm like this is fucking gold.
Excellent delivery, man. Like battle rap's changed crazy since those times.
You still
I love battle rap.
You still get into it?
Dog, I love skateboarding and I love battle rap. Like I
like the competition, like
I can't stop like paying attention to who's the nicest. Like I'm always up to date on everything. Like that's something I'll never give up. That's a piece of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So like
the skating.
But yeah, I love skateboarding. We have skaters on A2 Active. Shout out to Logan. I'm a little tipsy. Shout out to Logan. Good. Yeah, we sponsor skaters. We're getting into athletics big this year, you know what I mean? But Logan was the first athlete that we ever sponsored, and he did Phoenix Am last year.
Wow.
Like, he won like every damn contest he got in. Like he's about to have a crazy year this year and shit too. So like,
dang, that's awesome.
So salute to the family, man. And staying true to yourself, bro. Being who you are.
Let's go.
That shit matters. That's why I'll never have a problem talking about Brophy and none of that shit.
Yeah.
I used to bring that shit up they would bring that up when they would battle me.
Oh, for real? Like try to call you out for
and it wouldn't, they still lose.
You were like, oh yeah, I'm ready for that.
That's like that's like those memes I've been seeing lately. And some guy does something, like his kid's like, oh, sorry, I was getting my kid grapes. And they're like, this guy's a good dad or something.
Like roasted.
This guy goes to a good high school.
And like my family couldn't afford for me to go there. So like we got financial, and I had to do I had to do work study to like every fucking year.
The real grind, dude.
Bro, like we had to do mandatory community service, bro. Like I had to like work off my tuition every single year, and like I wasn't gonna like not handle that shit because my family like put up everything for me to go there. You know what I mean? Like
Well, I know we're gonna get into music. But what do you think was the secret sauce? Like 7 kids and not coming from like a tremendous amount of wealth or anything like that. What do you think the secret was for them that kept that stuff on track and like kept your grades up? Like, was it a balance of discipline from them? Like, do you think there was any one thing?
Definitely discipline from my mom and my dad.
Like pretty tough too, right?
Me wanting to make sure that I would be able to take care of them one day. Not like understanding at the time why I had to go through like high school like differently, than like everybody else, and it was fire, it was hard as fuck though, you know what I'm saying? That was probably like to graduate I had to write a synthesis paper. That shit was 85 pages, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I'd write that many much in college.
I don't know any of my homies that had to do
85 pages,
and you had to do that to graduate.
I had a senior thesis. I think it was 17.
Dude, I was gonna say the most I might have did was 20.
And because you want to talk about your whole life from freshman year until you graduate, you know what I mean?
Like in detail.
And a lot of shit happened during that time,
right.
You know what I mean? So I talked about all of it, but Yeah, man. Like, so writing raps, that shit wasn't hard for me. Writing 16 bars.
Yeah, geez, for real.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, like that. I would put like my kids if my kids end up wanting to go to Brophy or Xavier, like I would like if they want to do that shit, they can. They don't have to, but if they want to, you know what I mean? Hell yeah, go because you're gonna be straight on the other end of it. And those tools that you thought were like boring and annoying during that time, then they come later in life, like when you want to build shit like AZ Way Too Active, or like know how to network and move in different rooms and not make yourself look stupid. You know what I mean? And like know what to notice to be able to be successful, and that shit is important, bro. You know what I mean? So,
dude, it's true, and it's hard to like. It's hard to put your finger on it too, because people are like, "What? I don't need to know what an isosceles triangle is," and it's like, no, you don't. But like, there is something to like, you just like learn how to learn.
No, why is an isosceles triangle? Like, no, a little bit about
Brophy,
triangle.
dude.
You know what I'm saying? Just change the subject if you need to, but like, give them a little triangle tidbit. You know what I mean? And switch it over or something. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's how you gotta be ready to do this business shit. And if you don't learn it then, you're gonna learn it somehow, either the hard way or like, you know what I mean? And you don't wanna learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
And we still do that shit too. We still learn it the hard way. Like, experience is the best teacher, but like everything we've built it's all off of like us going through it, you know what I mean? So like, but yeah. Brophy,
shout out Brophy, bro.
I'm gonna put a studio in Brophy one day.
Let's go, dude. Hell yeah.
I love that.
Preme studio.
I have my name
I'm sure
on
like
the
a
building.
broadcasting class, like an AV.
Go hard,
yeah,
dude.
My name on the
100%.
building,
I
man.
like that,
I
dude.
know I'm gonna do that, bro. Like, I have dreams about that shit. Like, I know it's
Oh,
hard,
dude.
man.
Chilling next to Brian Urlacher, Donovan McNabb at the football
Yeah,
game.
Larry
Dude,
Fitz.
guys going
Larry Fitz on that?
Fitz, man. Fitz used to come and
Fitzy,
just watch the
yeah.
games and watch players that he knows are gonna go to the like. I think a lot of NFL players and NBA players have their hands in a lot of the high school and college sports in Arizona.
Out here, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. A lot of talent out here, bro.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to ask a question, taking it back just a bit. When did you decide to drop "though" from the name?
DeLa Preme, though. It was too long.
It was too long?
It sounded like some jerk shit to me.
DeLa Preme, though.
Yeah,
It kind of has like a nice like DeLa
It sounded like
Preme.
some jerk shit to me. Like, I didn't jerk.
It sounds like something that would be on the Could Have Been Records thing.
Yeah,
like,
they are like,
yeah,
you know, like,
I'm Glizzy, keep a stick.
Yeah, like, and that's why I don't even like. I got out that Instagram and started fresh and like Skirtis Blow, and then that's when all the
Skirtis Blow. Where'd you?
Yeah.
How did that come?
So,
'Cause
like,
that is hard.
Skirtis Blow is hard.
Skirtis
So
Blow.
is- I gotta know about Skirtis.
So I speak Skirtish fluently. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
So that's the language of our family, the full speak family. I've been speaking like that since I was like 14. You know what I'm saying? So the skirts, the skiggity, and all that shit. Like,
That's a real?
I'm skirtified first.
Yo,
That's a
for
fact.
real? That's a real shit.
I'm
Yo, wait,
skirtified.
explain
That's
this,
a
bro.
fact,
This is
man.
crazy.
I got my
It's
certificate and
skirtology,
everything,
dude?
man. Facts. I'm Skirt Russell, you know what I'm saying?
It's Skirt and
Skirt
Skirt
is
Skirt
Mayfield.
Russell, dude. Skirt
Skirt
Russell.
is
A PA
Mayfield. Skirt Warner. Skirt Angle.
Did you graduate valedictorian?
You know what I'm saying? Valid skirts, Skirtfessor Preme, man. You know what I'm saying? I can do shit all day.
Bro, that's kind of like the pretty thing, like the I been. It's like,
Yeah,
you do
dude,
so much shit.
That's and that's like people say there's no slang out here. Like, that's a slang. That comes right here from a Glendale and straight slang. I can do that shit in my sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Skirt skiggity, I'm picturing like Black Quagmire. And that's
hey,
amazing.
Swagmire.
This is, dude, the bars we're dropping here.
The
is-
bomb.
Swagmire,
We're gonna get
man.
bomb sound
Skirts.
effects.
This is crazy.
Quagmire.
Yo, and Skiggity.
I'm pretty
just-
sure I've seen that
Dude,
in
when
the
I
Xbox
heard,
lobby, dude,
when I
in Call
well,
of Duty,
on
dude.
your Instagram, it's DeLa Preme Skirts Blow, but when I would hear in your songs, you go skirt skiggity. I was like,
Skiggity,
yo,
like
it's just
Skiggity's just like that's just like
it's like a lifestyle.
It's like an affirmation. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like it could be a punctuation as well. Like, but Skiggity, like, you just know like everything's good when you say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel it when you say it. Like,
Yeah.
Skiggity. You know what I'm saying?
We
like,
good. Like, we're not even.
It's all about
Deep breath.
affirmations
What's
and
wrong with
models,
that?
man.
Nothing, son.
Some people
I'm
don't got
Skiggity.
sauce, man. It's not easy. It ain't easy to do shit like that. You know what I
No,
mean?
dude,
Like,
that's
not.
sick.
I feel like all that shit makes me who I am. Like,
Well, and you
Skiggity,
tie it
right?
in when you
Like-
listen to your music, like you do the It's like
Yeah.
just shit like that. It's like I feel like when I listen to music, like there's certain things like Boss Man D-Lo at this point, like
Yeah.
just his sound and some of his his isms he does. It's like it's Boss Man D-Lo.
Big
You know, it's him. Like, see, and I think marketing is like really important. And I didn't like, no one taught me that. That's just who I am, like with the words and shit. But then I realized, like, and every artist should think about this. Like, do you think about like what kind of fans you have, or like what they look like, or if they know like what you are, like if you guys are even relating, like are you relatable to your people? You know what I mean? Like everybody who knows me kind of knows that backstory that you guys spoke about, or knows why I talk like this. All my friends will tell you it's been like that since we were teenagers. You know, it's not like something I just started doing. You know what I mean? And I think that authenticity is gonna be one of the reasons why like all of us get up out here. All of us are contributing our piece to this big push for Arizona.
Yes.
Like, and I can list off everybody, but you guys know, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, these are all our family members. Everybody's going hard as fuck in their own way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's working because the ones who are doing it are authentic, you know what I mean? And all that shit can kind of be traced back to high school, you know what I mean? And before that.
So
you
you
know
want to
what I
fact
mean?
check? Because we can go.
Oh,
we
fact
can
check
go
that
back.
shit. Like,
we can go back.
we need
man.
more fact checks in the game anyway. Like, all this weird shit, it got kind of weird for a little while.
Listen, we've had some interesting folks on here. We won't name names, but we can feel the authenticity from
Yeah,
those. From
like-
the select,
Fact
I feel
check.
like it's really like because there was that whole SoundCloud era and all that, and that's like that was the peak of music production being super accessible to people, and there's like this
Anybody
huge
can
boom of
make
it,
it.
and YouTube, anyone can make it, and there's like this huge overflow, and then like same thing with like YouTube content and stuff. It just like goes out, and then it's just the authentic stuff that remains, and it's like
It's getting back to that now.
Yeah, and it's like either people will see and be like, "Oh, I can relate to that," or like for me, a lot of times it's like that's completely tangential to like I was watching 1900 Rugrat like, freestyle. the
Hey
other day,
man,
and
you
I'm
sound like a Florida dude though.
dude, he's crazy. Or like
Yeah.
BLP Kosher, and I
Oh,
was
that
listening to
dude's
it,
that
and I'm
dude's
like,
crazy.
I love it. Dude.
Yeah, you bumped some
Jew
We're
in
gonna
a,
bring
Jew
them
in a
to
canoe,
AZ. We're gonna
baby.
bring them both to AZ.
Let's go,
Dude,
dude.
that would be
sure.
dude. You got to, but yeah, like I
Kosher's
see that, and
fire.
I'm like, this is something that just doesn't exist in my mind until I see it sometimes, and I love
That's
it. And
dope.
then I hear it, and it's amazing.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's like, this is something I'd never see.
Just makes sense.
Yeah,
I like that, and they both don't say nigga, man.
you can't be doing that.
You would think that, right?
You can't be doing. I did see one recently. I did see
should-
it was a big white guy.
You
with a beard, and I
shouldn't
was
do
like,
it. Yeah, I know what you're talking
bro,
about, the
you
red
see that?
beard and
Yes.
shit?
I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
shit's
what are you
crazy.
doing? Is it?
Hella black dudes
I've
behind him
Fortunately,
supporting
he
that
was
shit,
spitting
too.
though,
He was
but it was
spitting.
bad. You can't see.
He didn't even have to do that.
Exactly.
That's my problem. Look. I'm like, if I can say anything about the nigga thing when it comes to other racist rappers saying nigga, like, it's not like, because it should just be a respect thing. Okay, so this goes back to the Glendale thing.
Okay.
I'm growing up from the West Side. All the essays that I grew up with, and like all their fathers and uncles and big homies, none of them say nigga.
Okay, so
Like at all. Like that shit.
not to cut you off, as a Hispanic man, I personally don't say the word, but I've seen
Oh, it's a wave.
Mexican artists out here who use it, and we've even talked about this, Jared. I was like, that's something I just wouldn't do.
The music be hard, but they don't even have to do that shit, is what I'm saying, because they don't realize they're already nice. And like those are filler words. And I know that like they're getting started with their music, and like it is a part of culture, whatever. Those are just excuses, because I know like I'm pretty sure like the higher you go up the line in their lineage and their family, the older heads don't do that shit.
Yes,
That's
they
something
don't need to.
That's something that the younger generation does and keeps going, and it's not really like super respect. And it won't get you in every room that you want to be in. It'll stop money for you. I promise you it will. You'll get farther not having to do that shit.
Exactly.
100%, brother. No one can tell me different and show me different, because all the ones who do it, they hit the ceiling, and the ceiling sucks.
Yep.
You feel me? Like,
Yep.
and every artist that I hear out here like that has like does that shit, they're all nice. They don't have to. They can fill that shit with any other word. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's not a fight for the word either.
No,
Nah, because like
get creative.
you understand
know what
why
I mean?
you shouldn't, like, if you even feel some kind of way that it's I know you feel that shit when you spit that shit, and if you don't, whatever, bro, you're gonna grow out of that shit. Everybody does.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but anyways, it's love. You know,
All
we
love.
still post everybody, so you know we ain't tripping.
So
Yeah.
let's get into that. So
Gotcha.
AZ Way Too Active, right? I mean, the biggest platform in Phoenix and Arizona. You guys
100%, dude.
are everywhere. You guys are touching different things. One of the first questions I have is, I think a lot of people know this, is it started with a hashtag,
Facts.
right? AZ Way Too Active, and that
Facts.
kind of took off. I guess the team, right? Let me just go through. So we got you, C Leach,
Yeah, Ben Fly,
Ben Fly, Staz, and then
Staz,
DJ Goth.
Goth.
Okay, who am I
We
missing?
got LV. We got Lens.
Okay,
We got my boy Caprice. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? We got Grind. There's a lot of members.
I counted. That was like 8. I think I counted 8. What you just said.
We have a Death Row picture together.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that has
that's
like
hard.
all the original members. And then like the family just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like you know,
This is the AZ ASAP mob. Basically.
Yeah, it's like
it's getting there.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know what we are. We just active. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's the active way. Like we just trying to make sure we're represented in the right way. You feel
Facts.
me? And we go through it and we work, and like there's a lot of different personalities in our family. You know what I'm saying? Teams aren't easy and shit. And like we've made this shit go crazier and crazier every single year. You know what I'm saying?
Platform just keeps getting.
We've done like over 600 shows. You know what I mean? And we just stumbled into the show throwing shit just because we're artists. You know?
Right.
And like now, like we get to see the whole other side of businesses. We're able to help people in a whole bunch of different ways, and like. That's why when I speak on stuff like the nigga thing and shit, like I hope they know it's coming from a place of love and leadership. You know what I mean? Because I want to see everybody eat.
It's important, dude.
I want to see everybody eat. You know what I mean?
Just be able to comment on stuff and it's like, hey, I don't hate you or this or that, but it's just like I disagree
still
with
slap
it. And
this shit. It's like,
this is
bro,
an opinion, and
And when you get to that office or you get to that place when that money's coming and they ask you about that shit and you could have stopped
French
it
Montana
here.
caught that even.
Yeah. You're like, damn, Preme did publicly say that shit.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't want to publicly say it because they're scared of beef or whatever. I'm not worried about none of that shit because it comes from love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not about to out nigga me. Like, I'm black.
Yeah.
Like, you don't gotta do all that.
Well, so I want to ask this too. I guess because you know we do this, right? We're a part of this now, and we study kind of who's who out there and who's doing what. Like we know what it takes for our three personalities to mesh and for us to make moves to make this production happen, right? How would you say, like, I guess, and not to call it the main crew, right? But I think if I had to put the Mount Rushmore of AZ Way Too Active, I put you, C Leach, Ben Fly, Staz, and Goth. I feel like that's
how it goes.
I feel like that's kind of the five, right?
So everybody sees.
Yeah. So, and I guess if you could just talk about the dynamics of how you guys work together, and do you guys each like kind of know the role you have to play to form this thing, or is it all just kind of natural?
We all wear a lot of hats.
Okay.
There's not one role specifically for any of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of businesses going to it. There's a lot of audibles that have to happen at all times to be able
we know
to
about
make
those.
that shit. You know,
We pulled a few of those.
You could probably live an audible life. You know what I'm saying?
At one point, we did.
It's the only way to make this shit work, you know? And, like, it takes all of us pulling our weight and contributing to be able to keep that shit going, you know what I mean? Like, only teams win championships. So, like, if it's falling more on one person than the other, then it's off balance and shit starts getting fucked up.
It's just not sustainable. It
it's
can be
not-
that way for periods. Like I think that's like people are like, oh, they can take that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, for a period. But it's just like, life's an equation. And it can be heavily balanced on one side for a little bit, and they can carry that way. But like you said, the team's got to take over at some point, too.
There's one night that will always stick with me when it comes to the family, out of, like, many nights. But, like, you know, people talk about, like, they show the trophies and the success. They don't really talk about crazy shit or hard shit that happens, right?
Sure.
So at our first building, we threw our, we passed capacity.
Was that the garage?
Yeah,
we pulled up to a couple
we
shows.
had like
couple there,
3,000
yeah.
people there.
3,000?
What night was that?
Yeah,
At that place?
It was a big ass rave. And
What year was that?
it's like our first year. It's like our first year. This was like 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. We had our first building on Watkins.
Whoa, a rave.
And after that night,
what kind of EDM was it? Hardstyle, Dustin?
it was all kinds of music.
It was
DJs were
all
going
kinds.
crazy,
That's cool.
but like,
That's crazy.
like a little altercation happened. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, there's a little fight we had to break up. People like started like dipping out, and like a water pipe busted.
Ooh.
We were in the building until like 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, and some of us have been up like all since 7 o'clock to like the last day, squeegeeing and getting up water to get it out the building before the plumber could come and fix that shit. And we had our building fixed for a show the weekend after that shit.
Oof.
And that's one of the moments where like,
Wow.
man, is it like fuck all this? You know,
You make a
because-
decision at that point.
You know
Is
what
it
I'm
worth
saying?
it? You know?
Because people think like, I don't know what people like know about show business and how this shit goes, but like it's not always super lucrative. You know what I mean? So like situations like that can fuck up a lot of shit. So it's like, and then it's fucking up the whole building, not just like the venue part of it. And we have shit in every room.
Because it was like a warehouse. I remember it was connected to other
we
businesses.
we had every
too.
room. There was something going on in every room. So like when that shit happened, like none of the team members dipped. Everybody stayed and picked up the water. Like my homie Caprice, like he got up on a pipe and like tied his shirt onto the pipe while I was busting. While I was like squirting water on him. And it was cold as fuck.
Damn.
And
wow.
teams like moments like that, you see who you're gonna rock with and who you're not. You know what I mean? It's not always about money and about like clout and all that shit people think it's about. It's about seeing if you'll rock with somebody through the hard times and like if it's even worth getting to the good times together and shit. And we've been through a lot, you know what I mean? And now look at where we at now, you know, and like we're gonna keep going and keep going strong. Like all of us been through a lot of shit personally behind the scenes, and like you'll never see a shake because y'all hold each other down.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's very important and shit. So like,
you got to present that unified front too.
Man.
You can't like be beefing or cracking or
at
trying
all.
to like
and you
do
can't
that for clicks.
Can't let nobody see that shit either.
No.
You know what I mean? Because people can't wait to like try to throw salt in the wound or some shit. Like you guys are gonna keep going. People can't wait to hate on something because they didn't think of it first, or they can't do it at your level, or whatever they think they know about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Or they think they could do it better. They're
yeah,
like, oh, I wouldn't do it like this.
And we're not even, and none of us are even thinking about that shit. We're just trying to keep pushing our shit forward to make everybody look good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, like I wouldn't trade my team for the world. We're gonna keep growing, keep building it. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot to keep bringing to the city. We want to keep making sure we're contributing to the bigger picture. You feel me? Like love to all my family, bro.
I just feel like I'm just gonna throw this out there that an AZ Way Too Active Within Range collab.
Yeah, we gotta make something.
I think that would go hard, dude.
We gotta.
Cheers to that.
You know, I could even see like you guys do stops when artists come here. You know, you tell them, hey, look, like if you're hitting the Phoenix like scene, make sure you stop it Within Range. You know, they come here like, yo, did Staz pull up on you? Did Preme sit down with you and smoke a J and fucking chop it? If not, then you know, like.
And Staz has such a crazy 2024, like.
Bro, he just linked up with Boston Richie.
I'm so proud of my brother, bro. Like he's been through a lot, and like he turned up crazy this year, like, and like got us visually more popular than we've ever been this year. Like Staz, he's interviewing fucking everybody, bro, and he doesn't even think twice about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, like I said, I study. You know, I keep an eye on who's who and what you guys do, and I have noticed kind of a. I don't know if I'd call it a shift, but a different trend for you guys, right? I feel like when you guys had that first spot you were talking about, you guys were doing a lot of in-house interviews between you, Ben Fly, C. Leach, even DJ Goth was doing some. Then you guys moved out of that building, and then it almost like you talked about Staz. I noticed that's when he kind of more took off, and then you, even though still were pulling up and doing, like you interviewed Mr. Capone, a bunch of people on site. But then I also, as an outsider, I'm looking in, you know, and respect your craft as an artist. So I'm like, well, I know C. Leach and Preme are artists, right? So I always wonder personally, I was like, I wonder if there's going to be a time when they dive into that a bit more, because they do a lot with AZ Way Too Active, but like, yes.
And the thing is, we couldn't. It's hard to do a lot of things at once. It's hard to balance things. You don't want to put halfway in.
Doing well, yeah.
You don't want to put like half your foot in and then it fucks it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You want to give 100%. So like us not knowing what AZ Way Too Active was going to be, like we really couldn't focus on the music like that because we're trying to make sure this is successful. And this is something that's for everybody,
that's
not
good
just
business
for us.
too.
You know what I mean? So like I don't feel like there's a times table on my music. I don't feel like I'm running out of time or none of that shit because I make it for me and I feel like I have really genuine fans. And like anytime I have first impressions of people with my music, like I get fans right there. Like, even that mixer footage you just saw, that was all Full House people.
Yo, the footage from that?
Never heard
Y'all had that shit
You know
bumping.
Some people only know us from AZ Way Too Active. They don't even know I'm an artist.
That's crazy.
And you know how dope that is for me? Because when they find that part out,
they're like, oh, wait a minute.
What? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're going to see Ben do the same thing. It's like, but we just have to handle this thing that we've built in the business and make sure everything's going right because that shit is like really important. Like that's our legacy. You know what I mean? Like the music thing is a selfish thing. Like of course I'm like we want to be successful in that shit, but that's for us. You know what I mean?
Putting
like,
on for the culture. Dude.
Yeah, like so it's like now that we've got it to like where we feel like our machine is like a well-oiled machine is getting to that point, like, you know, where we can like, you see how we move now, you know what I mean? Facts. And Staz loves doing interviews. I love doing interviews too, but I love being an artist.
Yeah,
like,
he pulls up working.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And like, you know, if like, it's not like, that doesn't mean you're never going to see interviews with like me doing them or Lisa doing them or Benji or Staz, you know what I'm saying? Or Benji or Goth, but like we'll get out of our brother's way because he has such a passion for it. We want him to be super successful and he's good at it and he loves it. You know what I mean?
Listen,
so
not to title any of you specific, but Phil Jackson knew that he had to let Rodman kind of do his thing.
Yeah.
He had to let Pippen play his way. You know, you got to let the
So
team.
glad you said Phil, too.
Hey, Phil Jackson, dude, my
Yo,
goat right
this
there,
guy.
dude.
And how do you win championships? You know
11
what I'm
rings,
saying?
baby.
Like,
11 rings.
it'd be weird as hell me trying to do every interview and I'm not. I like when I know my brother loves it. You know what I mean? I know Styles will stay up all night or go and wait outside of his show.
Hey, listen, 11-11 closes at 2.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, and they don't come out the club for another hour,
no.
dude. So,
They'll have work the next morning or something.
Richie
You know what I'm
ain't
saying? Like,
leaving until
come on,
fucking
dude.
30. Yeah, exactly, dude.
No, man,
that's
like,
hard, dude.
and we have to be able to support each other in these times, like us, like me and Leach, and like us getting back to the art part. Like, you know, all of our family are very supportive of that. Like, Goff doesn't do as much interviews as much because he's getting booked all the fucking time.
I noticed he's
You
been
know
doing
what
more
I
the DJ. His DJ Nick
He's
Goff,
one
man,
of the greatest DJs to ever come out of this state.
Dude,
He's one of the
some of the
greatest DJs ever.
footage
you know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen from his shows,
Goff will sell
I'm like, he'll
himself
have the
by
crowd
himself,
going
no
nutty,
artist.
dude.
Like, no artist, Goff will shut a fucking venue down.
Where's he from?
Just
He's from
him.
out here?
He's from Cali and here. Just
Okay.
like Benji is, you know what I'm saying? But he went to
Okay,
ASU,
okay.
graduated from ASU.
That's good. He's
You know what I
Sun Devil.
mean?
Shout out
Forks
Sun
up,
Devil,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? And like, God, that's my brother, bro. That's my dog. Like, all of, like, this is, you guys are going to kind of see us, like, start to really come into our own this year because we had to, like, settle down for this last year and a half and get right, you know? And, like, that shit ain't easy, you know what I mean?
You
like,
have those periods. It's like you try something, you get something down, then you start trying something new, and then the wheels start wobbling a little, maybe, and then you gotta
get the-
pull over for a sec,
Get the alignment,
tighten
get the brake
everything up,
check
Yeah.
going, dude.
check
Now
in
we're
with the
good.
boys,
Now we're
take
about
it
to be on
east,
cruise
take
control.
it east a little.
Take it easy.
Take it east,
Take
you
it
know?
east. Take it east, man. Hey, that's real. That's real, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world. We're just gonna keep going crazy, man. Like, as long as we have people that are supportive on the same frequency, like you guys, and like everybody's trying to put in, like, Arizona will be in a good position. I think this is about to be one of the greatest years for Arizona music, like, in general this year. I'm calling that shit too.
Let's
like,
go.
Let's go,
I'm
dude.
stamping
Yeah.
that shit, bro. Like,
I mean, speaking of music,
let's go.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get
I'm
into it?
Yeah.
You ready?
You know what I'm saying?
I bet. You want me to
Go
start?
for it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's take it back a bit. I came across a video. Some may call it a classic. The AZ Underdog Cipher.
Ah, shit.
That shit, dude. That looked like some authentic, like if you were there at that moment in time, you knew what it was, type thing. Talk to me.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Hey, shout out to Gibby, man. Shout out to DJ Aaron Michaels. Shout out to Black Hat Bill. Artie Reeves, bro. My boy TRT. You know what I'm saying? IDZ.
Let's go.
Crazy
These names go
times, man.
crazy.
Crazy times.
Everyone around you, even just the
Crazy.
name,
Yeah,
your
the
name
skirty,
orbit,
dude.
your
Skirty,
name
like,
aura,
Skiggity gang. dude.
And I,
deep bag in the name game, dude.
so, like, how that shit came apart, so Artie and TRT were in a group called the Renegades, and they're from Glendale.
Damn.
And I knew them because we all came up from the same hood, and like we had the same manager at the time, and they wanted to put the cipher together with my boy Blaine Coffee, who had a studio called Del Sol that was at the 4040. So they invited a bunch of rappers that they fuck with together so we could all get on the cipher. They invited ID, they invited Black Hat Bill, who's part of Dropout Kings. They're like one of the biggest rock bands. Like,
Oh,
they
yeah,
ever
yeah, we
come out of
follow
Arizona.
them.
They're on tour right now.
Yeah, we follow them,
They
yeah.
tour like 80% of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother for real. Like, they're always, you need to interview them. You know, that's love.
Send them.
Dropout Kings don't get enough love, man. They have a show tonight, but I'm here to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Damn,
Like,
bro,
it's all good. It's like,
appreciate
he
it.
would
We're sorry we
understand.
scheduled
He's
this.
good. You're good.
We pushed it back.
Dude,
now.
I understand he's not tripping, but yeah, fuck, and DJ Aaron Michael, who's on one of the coldest DJs out here now. He's all over Scottsdale. He's on Power.
Damn.
He hosted that, and my boy Gibby made the beat, and we shot that shit. And we just all went crazy, and that was like some real warrior shit. None of us knew each other besides me and like the Rena, because we're from the same hood. But everybody else,
pull up.
we didn't know each other. We just all got the beat. We put up. We all wrote in the studio, spit that shit.
Dang.
And then all of us are close as fuck now, like to this day.
Let's
But
go.
like that was like one of those. And that's
Was
my
that
first
2016
Yeah.
Cypher.
It was like
yeah, those vibes.
Who picked this little
that shit
sorry
got like
ass?
80K, like almost 100K.
Yeah, bro, the numbers on that were crazy.
Yeah.
From back when was that 8-9 years
Yeah,
ago,
like,
something like that.
and the people still be like sending me that shit because I had no dreads. That's that
Yeah,
bucket
you
hat.
you had the buzz. You had
That bucket hat I had, that Chicago Bulls bucket hat.
hard, dude.
That bucket hat saved my life. I got into a car accident. My head went through a window.
Stop it.
And the
Bug
Bulls
ass,
bucket
yeah.
saved you?
And I had to get stitches in my head and shit. And that
Shout
bucket
out
hat,
to-
that's why I wore that shit in the video. I
Really?
still have that bucket hat to this day.
That's
Yeah.
a backstory right there.
Frame
Yeah.
that thing, dude.
That's my,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm not even a Bulls fan. That
Right,
Bulls bucket
just
saved
there you
me
go.
and shit.
It's
But
that
yeah.
Midwest ties you got there. dude.
Woo!
Shout out now.
I think I shouted out Connie Hawkins in that verse.
Did you? Okay.
I said when weak niggas talking, we Connie Hawk them. Do you research? I'm sunning these niggas. Yeah, do you research? I'm sunning these niggas.
Dude, I'm sunning them hard.
Yeah, bro, that was a barbarian cipher right there. I love them. I love them. That shit was crazy. That shit, moments like that mold us, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, man. I'm glad I've been blessed with a lot of like dope artists to be around, dope mentors to make sure that I wasn't whack.
Facts.
Yeah, who would tell me.
Gotta have people that'll check you. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. The underdog cipher. Whoo.
All right, I'm trying to talk about Ghetto Life, dude, because that song, dude, it just makes me want to close my eyes, dude, and you just float away when you hear that song, dude. How did that come about, man?
That was the first time I rapped on a beat like that. That song I made Ghetto Life right after my mom died, and
oh wow.
During that time after my mom passed, like I was like super depressed. Like that was probably like the darkest year and a half.
Damn.
Like after my mom died, like I've ever been through in my life, because like you think like your superheroes are never gonna go anywhere. You know, like you hear I was talking with my parents before, like I'm thinking they're invincible. You know, and like. I was there when my mom passed at the hospital and everything, so like, and it probably should have went that way because I'm the oldest, and I don't think none of my siblings would have been able to like.
Oh, no, you were the only one to go?
Yeah, I was the only one there when it happened. You know, I had to tell them and everything.
Damn,
you know, so it was hard for me, and like I kind of like ducked off from everybody, and like
it's a lot to take.
I went through a dark place. You feel me?
Yeah.
And when I finally came up out of that, like. I was just going through beats, and I wrote "Get a Life," and that was the first time that I ever like got on like a beat like that. But it made me feel good. It made me think of my mom.
Yep, it's super positive.
You know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah,
everybody fucking loves "Get a Life."
It's one of your biggest tracks, right?
Yeah, I love "Get a Life" too, man. But that was
there's others, but
yeah, but that was my mom saving me, man. Every time I'm performing, I feel her. You know, every time I listen to it, like she's with me at all times and shit. But that right there, like that's when I knew, like, yeah, you gotta keep going. 'Cause she was my biggest supporter with my music, like. She knew I loved it, and she wanted me to be a star. She was always on my ass about it, you know what I mean? Just like with school and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I knew she would want me to keep going, so that's when I wrote "Get a Life," and like, yeah, that's one of my biggest songs in my catalog. I know it's gonna get bigger the bigger I get too. So like,
but there's an authenticity to it, then, right? Like hearing that, it just makes sense. Like you don't even know that necessarily hearing the song, but it's just there's something about it. You're like, damn, there's an extra electricity in that.
Yeah, that's her, man. That's skiggity, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Man,
yeah, we good though. We good. We thugging, man.
So I'm gonna take a break from the songs and the lyrics real quick. I want to know and ask you personally, of all the places that you performed at in Arizona, and I'll go through some of the names here. I gotta know which one, I guess, like you enjoyed the most, you had the best time. But let's list them, Jared. Aura Press Room.
This is creme de la creme.
The Club Red. For those who remember Club Red, dude.
Club
Red is. I seen Ghostface. I seen Mobb Deep at Club Red, dude.
That's right.
These are packed out shows in them places too. Like that, they were fire packed out shows.
Monarch, Valley Bar. I guess. Okay, so those who know, right? I mean, some of these places have had big names in them, legendary. Of all of those places, bro, like any one of those, like special. Yeah. Like, because when I noted that when I was like, dude, he's performed at some of the biggest spots in the city.
Press Room was crazy.
I was gonna say Press Room's pretty.
I seen DMX at the Press Room, dude.
Press Room was crazy. Cool. We did. So shout out to AZO. It's the first dispensary in Arizona. It's like one of the only ones that are like locally owned by Arizona people. It's in Glendale, 5 minutes from where I grew up. You know what I mean? Wow. They brought Afro Man out, and we did a show there, me and my boy.
Oh, that was a couple years ago.
3,000 people.
3,000 for Afro Man?
That show's crazy. Line wrapped around the whole corner.
I saw those videos he did when the police raided his house and stuff. He made a music video.
Did he?
Police
He's a good dude too. Solid dude.
Awesome.
Super
Is he?
solid.
Yeah.
Super solid.
And then the police officer sued him for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He gave us a lot of trees because he couldn't take it all with him on the plane.
Yeah, so he just gifted.
Yeah, he's cool as hell. But
me
and Leach shut that shit down, man. That was a big ass show. Press Room, that hip hop festival, that was one of my biggest shows ever. I did Get a Life there at the Coogee Sweater. That was right after my mom died too.
Damn.
And we fucking packed that bitch out. Like
crazy.
Oh man, there's just so many memories. I remember we did the roof of Monarch.
I love that venue. I've seen a few people there.
Yeah,
Monarch's dope, dude.
That little patio thing over.
Yeah,
is that where we
city.
saw Riff?
That's
One of those
Yeah,
things?
that was
The upstairs.
no, that's Barsmith. I know what you're talking about. I've done that
That
too.
one's
I've
Barsmith.
done
Oh,
Barsmith.
it's
yeah, no,
Monarch's downstairs, right?
Monarch
Monarch's
has the
right
little
next to it.
balcony. Yeah,
Oh,
Monarch's
okay.
right next to it.
I don't
Has
think
the
I've seen. I
little
don't think I've
balcony.
seen a
Yeah,
show
yeah.
there.
So upstairs, there's a show that we did, and that's when I had Go Ahead Preme and Audi in, like on Skirt Day, and like we used to like do our mosh pits in our songs and shit. And we performed up there, and we were jumping so much that the roof started like warping and caving in downstairs. So they banned hip hop shows for like the rest of the year.
For moshing.
Yeah, because of us.
Shit.
And like,
very
that
corn
was one of
of
my
you.
favorite shows because I'm not going to say I was trying to break the floor, but once
Hey,
I
listen.
realized what was happening.
Once
You
you
wouldn't
get to
have
that
been
point, then.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah, that'd be a legendary story. They'd be like,
Hell
yo, I was
nah.
at the show when Preem broke the roof. Dude,
Man,
broke the floor,
yo,
dude.
that shit, and like if you know, a lot of people were there and shit, and they always talk about that shit, but like they banned the hip hop shows there for like the next 8 months. Like, you couldn't do no shows up there like that. They thought everybody was gonna do that, but like that shit was fire. But man, damn, I've never been asked what my favorite show was, man.
Bro,
That's
I mean, those,
crazy.
like, dude, when I saw Club Red, I was like, those who know.
That shit was
dude.
crazy.
Yeah,
I love
that's
shows
the
with
shit.
good sound systems and really good sound engineers and that do good business. That's what I would
Facts.
say about. Those are my favorite shows. All that other shit is dope footage, good times, great practice.
Yeah.
But if it had some weird shit
But
happening
no
behind
feedback
the
on the mics is nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. you
Turn my shit
Yeah,
up.
you learn how good a good sound system is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sound checks. Make it a sound check.
I just want to say, Dutchies and Dashikis is just an incredible
Shout out to
title for
ID,
any
man.
body of work.
Yes.
But it's
Yo,
a
y'all
great
are
song.
digging.
It's a great
Hey,
song.
I gotta
but
call-
just-
we got some
when
more.
I see that,
I
I'm like,
just wanna smoke
this
with
man's a
my
branding
dashiki,
genius. I mean, really, just a marketing. You're kind of like a hip hop Don Draper. With the marketing, like the wise guy there.
You know, I love that shit. dude.
Hey, so that project was called Black Uchia with me and my boy ID, and all those songs are crazy on that. Dutchies and Dashikis, it's one of my favorite songs. Yo. I smoke Dutchies frequently. Like, we smoked the joints today because I was just trying to, you know what I'm saying? But I usually smoke
Perf, dude.
Dutchies.
Roll
Yeah.
perf, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a Dutch master.
You are the Dutch
You know,
master.
you know what I'm
Dutch
saying? They need to sponsor me already, man.
Get you some smoking clogs.
I'm
dude.
giving them
Yeah.
so much money. Like,
Bruh.
Jesus, the Dutchman.
Do they have a rewards program? You got to get like those.
They need
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
They need to start.
Yeah,
like,
they
I'm
need
gonna have a
that,
flavor
yeah.
one day. One day.
Let's go, dude.
Dude, I've been seeing
We'll
brands.
we'll advertise it here.
Yeah.
I've been seeing like random brands that I wouldn't think, but like 7-Eleven has like an insanely dripped out merch store. Like you can
What?
get 7-Eleven
Drip?
drip that'll blow.
I think
your
I've seen
mind.
that
and
on
it's like,
Instagram.
I wouldn't mind a 7-Eleven polo.
dude,
That would
they
go
got
hard.
they
New
got
Balances?
they got 7-Eleven rugby polos.
See,
and
that's
they got
hard.
They got a 7-Eleven like street race team stuff. They even
That's
have
hard.
dude.
That's
dude,
the one I want.
Dude, I'm
That's
telling you,
hard.
you look at 7-Eleven and I was like, I was not familiar with your game. Dude, like, and there's a few brands that have been like that.
7-Eleven
dude.
race cars. I'm about to look.
I'll show it to you before you leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
the
dude.
skirt,
Listen, I was
skirt.
cruising there and I'm like, yo, 7-Eleven just come
7-Eleven
like
is
that.
Shout out to
Dude,
7-Eleven for
Brands
swagging
like
on them
Facts.
like that.
Listen,
Good
They didn't, I
wings.
didn't even know about
Listen,
it.
dude, you
about-
walk in there, you get the how you doing, buddy? Oh, that shit goes.
Great wings, nice pizza slice.
That's
There you go.
that hey, how's it going, buddy? Might be the nicest thing some men
Yeah.
hear in this planet.
Families
Hey,
feel
facts.
safe.
Yeah.
I love 7-Eleven, man.
Hell
It's
yeah.
best.
They got
There's
the
not-
best
it's not as big
store
out
brand
here.
chips. Like, you know how every store, like Circle K got their own chips. 7-Eleven got good chips. too,
Damn.
you know what I'm saying?
They're in-house baked goods. Yeah,
I got a
They
QT
kill
by
it.
the house. So I'm a QT guy.
QT 's
but-
Oh, listen,
fire.
QT.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a QT
QT.
It's a
house.
safe, it's a safe place.
Yeah,
Dude,
it is.
play.
Very safe.
We can all agree on the K though. Dude.
Who's faster than a Quick Trip cashier?
Oh my
Oh,
God,
dude.
dude. Those
Like,
pay them
Fastest
double.
hands in the West,
In the
dude.
West.
This one has a nitro coffee bar in it. I don't know if that's like a
What?
testing.
Oh,
valve.
well, like the
dude, it's
yeah.
draft
You
and
think
it's
you're doing
nitro, so
beer?
it bubbles up even too.
What?
It's
That's
it's
fire.
crazy. It's the QT of the future, man.
Making coffee fun that's crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
It's
Yeah,
too much.
it's broke 50% of the time. I gotta dodge like 6 crackheads to get in there, but it's goddamn it's worth it.
QC
man.
cashier would be like, will crack their knuckles and be like, both you
Yeah,
guys,
dude. He's like,
both
yeah,
sides.
you're not up
yeah.
here. If you're not up there
It's
quick
like-
enough, they'll
sides?
tell you too.
Honestly, we
Yeah.
need to film like a QT commercial where it's like one of those old kung fu movies where it's like eight guys trying to attack.
Yeah,
at
they're
once, and
just
he's
like-
checking them all out.
Circle K is not taking 2 lines. Fuck
Nah,
that.
that's
they
not
will lock
happening.
the
Oh,
doors.
Circle
not
K? Yeah, Barb up front's like, hey, hold on, honey, I gotta take a phone call. Yep.
Yeah, just looking at everybody.
No, I'm not doing nothing. What's up?
She's like, what? Wait. They never have big bills. They always got to get the bills out of the safe and shit.
God help you if you got to pick out a specific pack of like pouches or cigarettes behind the thing.
I
and
worked
you're like,
at
no, it's
Circle K
actually up
before,
into the
bro.
left.
Did you?
I feel like that's why I could talk shit about them.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
you-
I did a third shift, man. I worked on 47th Avenue in Maryland. It was in the cut. It was fucking crazy. Like
Third shift, that's what, 11 start time? 11
10
p.m.?
o'clock to 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
I was
like,
going to say, that's the...
I'm there when they get
I know
all,
about
put,
third
put
shift.
all the lottery tickets in. I'm there when like all like the crazy people come out.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude, the one over there, dude. Like, you see stuff at QT and stuff happens there, but there's just certain behaviors not tolerated. There's some
They
wild
don't play that shit
tolerated.
at Quick Ship. At Circle K, they'll test you over there. Like,
Yeah,
QT has
yeah.
armed security.
Yes.
He's got
Gets
the
paid
hammer on
very
him,
well,
dude.
too, like-
Yeah.
gets tornadoes.
People
and all
make
that
people
shit.
make good money over there. Dude.
Yeah, shout out to Quick
Dude, I
Ship.
bet he
man.
gets all the nitro cobras. That's crazy.
Hold on, I got you. Like, who tries to steal from Quick Ship? Nobody.
Nah.
They just get gas and go on about their day.
Yeah,
Fuck
no. You walk in there and they got the cameras on display. They're like, "Yeah, we saw you when you drove in, you bitch.
I dare you to
You
try
baby
some.
back bitch. I dare you."
There's a project I want to talk about. I mean, you got a lot of good ones, but I personally thought Stay Busy, or I guess I'll just say Stay Busy was probably my favorite project of yours.
Stay busy,
2021, just some tracks to know, and then there's a bar I want to hit, but No Style Ninja. Dude, flow is crazy on that. Jared and I actually, because I was like, Jared, did you
Bopper.
pop that one? Yeah, we were bopping our heads. Sailor Jerry's slaps on fucking that one. And those who know Sailor Jerry's, that's
I don't know
a
why
real
that was
fucking
that
shit
was
right
the
there.
peak, the pinnacle of drinking in
Absolutely,
college for
yeah,
me.
it didn't-
You got Sailor Jerry's.
Well, you
were
couldn't
feeling
afford,
good.
what was
Fucked
Captain
up.
Morgan? If you couldn't
Yeah.
afford Captain Morgan, you got Sailor Jerry's. It was the
so
same
cheap,
shit.
it's so good.
Or the
It gets
Kraken.
straight to the
You ever
Kraken.
hit the
I-
Kraken?
Ooh,
Dude,
that was
listen.
deep. Tommy used to fuck with the
Sailor
crack.
Jerry's.
I've had some crack ice with
I had some
Tangelo.
dark nights with that.
That was a fun ass album.
Oh, but real quick, I just gotta hit pesticide. You got this bar in there, dude. It was know what I put in the air, bud, not your average dog. Dude, I heard that and I was like, those who know. But I just I called that bench pressing music, dude.
Oh, my
I lift
God.
weights and I'm just like, you put pesticide on and you're maxing out, you might hit it. You might hit the PR, dude.
Crazy, dude.
I love
Air
that
Bud
song.
reference.
When I put in the air, bud, not your average dog. So
Oh man.
stay busy, bro, and that's what you've been
Yeah, I
doing.
said put power in my people. That was a whole dog scheme. I said put power in my people. You waste power on a status dog. Foaming, I'm a rabbit dog. Skirt, leave you splattered dog. Everybody sheep, but I'm a wolf. I know the savage dogs. Know what I put in the air, bud. Not your average dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Bars.
Bars. Yeah.
Bars.
Pesticide, man. Shout out to 20. That's my dog, man. Crazy beat. Me and Sully, when we heard that beat, he knew I was about to lose my mind on that shit.
Did we listen to some music or did we listen to some music for you, bro? With some
Yo,
of these
that's
cuts,
fire.
bro?
You
Like,
didn't hit all the ones, though. Those are all my favorites.
I got another collab for you. Style and Skirt. dude.
Shout out to Ben Fleiss, my brother.
did he
is-
produce that?
No.
Or-
We're both on. That's me
Yeah,
on the
Oh,
song.
Ben flies on that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
we're actually performing together at the Best in Grass cannabis competition on February 20th. And,
Shoot that to the DM.
Yeah,
for
we
us
got
real
you. We
quick,
got you.
bro.
When we perform together, we call it Style and Skirt. That's my dog.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that. Stop.
That song's
We would hate to
fire.
be judges.
Judges for the weed? We'll get you guys tickets.
Hey,
Last thing, I guess, for me, I want to hit that. On the mic you did, I think it was at the Mars
Shout
smoke
out to
shop at the
Mars,
stock
man.
room.
Shout out to Mars,
That,
man.
see,
That's
that
my
goes back to
family.
the authenticity thing, man. Like, it's just like, that's what I want to see.
my
It's something
family,
grimy
man.
like that. It was just
Yeah.
right, but it was like, you can tell the production was on point.
In Glendale, too. It's on 47th Avenue in Glendale. That's Mars Smoke Shop. Like, Mars is, he's a treasure.
the staple over there.
He's a staple to, like, Arizona. Shout out to my boy
I
Mars.
thought you were in the beer cooler at the beer like den at the Circle K. I
Nah,
thought,
yeah,
I thought
I'm
it
in the-
first, and then I saw it in there.
I'm in the back of
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
no one's did that shit before. I was the first one to do it, so I told myself I want to do something different, man. And like Edwin's cold with on the mics, and I'm like, I was like, I want to spit some hot shit in the freezer. And all I was thinking about was when I used
Some
to work
hot
at Circle
shit in
K.
the freezer,
Facts,
dude.
you know what I'm saying? When I was at
Say
Circle K,
less, dude.
I used to get Polar Pops, go to the back
That
of the
part,
freezer,
dude.
and I'll pour Four Locos in that shit.
Dude, four
Yeah.
locals. That's some
Dude,
real
I saw a
shit.
thing. Do you know what the official stats were on what like an OG Four Loco was?
Oh, dude, they were so
Dude,
bad
dude,
for you.
Dude,
They were
it
so
was,
bad for you.
One Four Loco was 4 beers, 1 Red Bull, and as a topper was and in a shot of an espresso.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
The purple ones would just
And then
like
you put that in and
the
make
why
purple
you
ones
throw
would live
it
in your throat for weeks.
That's
that
why
in-
you spin before you throw up. drinking the Four Loko. Have you guys ever had the spin off of Four Loko?
No.
You didn't
No,
drink it.
I didn't drink the Four Loko.
Yeah, I think I might have got through half a can one time.
I remember
dude.
laying in the Hacienda dorm on the top bed. Dude,
Honestly, y'all.
You know, oh yeah, man, shoe boys,
looking at the
dude, right?
concrete ceiling, just that shit was warping, and I was like,
The spin sucked.
I didn't take anything else tonight.
Because you know your
Yeah.
fun is over for the
Yeah.
night. It's like,
And you can't do it. Even if you throw up, you could still have the spins.
You're at the
Yeah.
age. You're at the age where like you know what would solve this? A fucking bomb rip.
fucking bomb rip right now. If I smoke right now, the spin
Oh
stops.
yeah, this will fix everything.
At
That'll
least I
stop
can
this
spin with
carousel
the
of
spin or
nightmares that I'm
something.
on right now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Giant 2-footer too.
Boo,
Like,
Honestly,
RA
yeah,
in
bro.
the room. Next thing you know, you're back in Des Moines, dude. Right back at the cornfield, dude.
Yeah,
Right back to it, dude.
You're smoking weed in here? I wonder how it is now since weed is legal and shit.
The
Oh,
move,
yeah, it's
dude.
gotta
The
be.
move back in the day. I'll just say this: real ones knew, dude. You got a hookah.
I went to
There's
the
hella
hookah bars
hookahs
in
indoors.
Tempe. In
But
Tempe,
yeah,
there was
it's
a lot of
hookahs
hookah
everywhere,
bars.
dude. And then you just mix it in there. It doesn't even really smell, dude.
And volcano
They're like, what
bags.
is that? Yes.
Hella volcano bags.
Dude,
don't
the
know if I
idea of
know
a
those.
pen to like 18-year-old Jared's mind, I couldn't have comprehended that. I'm glad it did. If the
didn't
technology
exist
had
back
been
then?
like,
Oh, bro.
I mean, it
Would've
was
fucked
there,
you
but
up.
it was like really deep. Like it wasn't on the radar. That would have
I
been
would have been
dark
smoking
hours,
in
dude.
class.
Right? Oh yeah, easy.
Blowing it into
I was
my
an
backpack.
idiot. I was a complete idiot.
Yeah,
like
like-
I would have had no boundaries with that thing.
What, you can't smell this? Oh, okay.
I would have been still
All
on
I needed to
autopilot.
know.
I'd be like talking to my dad, like, yeah, hold up. Blowing clouds in his face. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
One more track I want to hit to. I know Jared would appreciate this. Jared, I don't know if you listen to Chrysanthemum.
Oh yeah.
That
Yes.
Mac Dre.
Listen, that, I just gotta say,
That's a slapper, dude.
There goes
I got some
Slapper.
Denzel Curry vibes on that one, dude. I am the one that needed it.
Anthem.
Chrysanthemum, man. Yeah,
Just been trying to bar shit to death sometimes, man, because
Well, you talk. Well, and we can hit on this too. We had mentioned. I don't know if we were on camera yet, but AZ and Phoenix, like this is a lyrical city.
very lyrical city.
Like I look at like people like the Vavrixes or like you
Shout out to
and
Mavericks, that's my dog.
shout out Vavrix, like very lyrical talent here, and it's like, again, like Jared said, you have the boss man delos for when you need them, you want to chill out, but then like I'm a thinker myself, dude. So sometimes like I want to pay attention, I want to dive in, and like I said, you throw an Airbud line like that shit, you just
Yeah,
notice
facts,
that type
you know
of
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Dude.
Like-
I'm looking for bars to make us rewind.
Yes.
We just that's
Say
really
it
the
again,
metric,
dude.
dude.
Say it in the
wanna
back so I can hear.
There's nothing more complimentary than us rewinding your song. Hold on.
wait,
Facts.
what?
Yeah.
Yo,
What did he say?
I like that. That's what's up. Hell yeah, Chrysanthemum, man. I made that song only because I was working at an automotive warehouse, and my boy's like, I bet you won't. He's like, you know what a chrysanthemum is? I was like, nah. He's like, it's a flower.
Damn, like, put me
I was
on
like,
some
I
game.
was like,
Man.
word? He's like, I bet you can't rhyme a word with chrysanthemum. I'm like, all right. I wrote that shit, wrote that whole song, man.
Damn.
Like, and I played that shit for him before I even dropped it. Like, brought it to work. We were all slapping that shit. And Dakota would tell you, he was like, oh, it's like my boy Free.
You are a battle rapper. Someone like challenged him. I was like, I can't do
Said in
what?
front of everybody at work. I was like,
Oh damn, he got a crowd too.
yeah,
Come
like, bro,
on.
he's like, let me amp him up. He's like, you soft as a chrysanthemum. Like I can. That's a bar heavy song, and I shot that shit in my grandma's house. So my dog, she let me shoot all kinds of shit in her house.
Hey,
go.
Grandma
She's supportive,
Studios,
man.
dude.
She's
Yeah.
supportive, man. In Glendale, like a lot of them, like all my videos are in Glendale. You know what I mean? Because Get a Life, that was all Glendale shit.
Oh,
You know
wow.
what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, all those shots, Glendale shots. You know what I mean? So like, because I feel like back to my point, like you gotta represent where you from, and like I've never seen like there are definitely artists that represent where they're from out here, but it's usually from the east side and the south side. You know what I mean? Like if you know about artists in Arizona, like and you're from like you're out here, they're usually from the east side or the south side. Like,
Yeah.
As far as artistry goes,
We've interviewed a lot of South
you know what I
Side.
mean?
Yeah.
South side's going crazy. I got a lot of love for the south side, but when it comes to the west side, like we gotta scream it more because we already don't like have a seat at the table like as Arizona, but even like in the rap scene here, there's not that many West Side rappers. So like I'ma scream and show where I'm from at all times.
Facts.
Like you know, Mars right there in Glendale. You know, everybody they know exactly where that liquor store is at. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you walk in there and get, you know, I'm about to get me a tall can from that motherfucker. Straight up, like,
Man, Preme, this has been dope, bro. Listen, like I said, when I saw you last year, we linked up at the Heat Wave thing, man. Like, you know, obviously, you know, we know who's who out here, man, and we know who the real players are and who's making an impact. And you yourself as an artist, but your team as well. Like y'all are really doing it, putting on for everybody. That's why we're out here too, bro. Like I said, I would love, we can talk more about it off camera, whatever. But seriously, bro, like we're about this. I know you guys are about this, and we just want to continue to put on for the city. And yeah, let's work, bro. But if you could share with us, like, what's next? I know you're always working, you're always grinding, but like, what's to come, bro?
Stay busy, don't play busy, y'all. The Full Speed family, we just had our first show together at the Tribe Mixer. Shut that shit down. Expect a project from us. Expect a lot of collab projects coming out of me this year, because like we've been cooking them. I got a lot of solo work dropping, a lot of solo projects dropping this year. Cool. A lot of new music all first quarter, like literally starting this month.
Apartment smell like, what is
My
it?
man talks in quarters.
Apartment smell like they been cooking, though. Apartment smell like they been cooking, though. When's that dropping, dude? I'm ready for that
That's
shit.
coming very soon, you know what I'm saying? We got to flood, because like, I've been ready to. So, like, and we're doing that shit the right way. So, expect a lot of music, a lot of visuals, a lot of shows, a lot of skiggity, man. Like, all year.
Skiggity, dude.
A lot of skiggity.
No break.
That's sick.
I reminded him of Big Shot. He goes, I my cash flow, I giggity get.
That's right.
Yo, shout out to Big Sean, man. Big Sean.
Big Sean. Hey, people sleep on Big Sean. You know how I feel.
Dude,
about
I'll
the
never
boy,
forget.
dude.
We were
I thought he was
driving.
gonna be the best.
Classic, like high school car, but we were driving to my buddy's, 2008 Chevy Cobalt stick shift, like the basic, like playing but it was like your parents got you a car. That's really cool. But it was in the slide in the back there, just like stock sound system, just absolutely like ruining it. And they were like, "Oh, have you heard of Big Sean?" I was like, "No." And the first thing they put on was "I Do It."
Oh yeah,
dude,
absolute.
One of the most transformative. I was just like, who is this man?
Who is he?
And why have I not been listening to him for my entire life? Yeah.
I heard Lemonade Freestyle first when I heard Big Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy Big Will,
one.
he was like this tall white dude, man, play basketball. He looked like Harry Potter. I always call him Harry Potter. We were at the park smoking. He's like, bro, you ain't heard of Big Sean? And I'm thinking I know about all rappers. I'm a rapper. I was like, nah. He's like, what you mean, nah?
So he's whack.
I got you right here. He plays all Lemonade. I hear the Lemonade beat. I'm like, bro, this is Gucci. He's like, bro, chill out.
Yeah, just give it a second.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Bro, and I was just like, yo, what the? And Drake took his style, like that one word punchline style. Big Sean brought that shit to the game.
Some say.
He did. I'm not gonna be like Drake stole his shit.
No, I've heard that before though.
Big Sean brought the one word punchline style to hip hop. Like it was not a thing.
Some say Ludacris might have had that style too. Well,
that's
that's a whole nother thing. I won't get into that. Bro.
Forgotten Ludacris song, Ho. Do you guys know?
Ho, use a ho.
Ludacris is hard.
Dude,
Bro,
dude, he has
lyrically, like he was
like a whole
fucking-
16 rhyming. He goes, look up
Dude,
in the
Chicken
sky.
and Beer,
It's a
the whole Chicken and
horizon.
Beer album
It's a
slaps.
whole wide
Ludacris
world
is
we
nice.
live in,
People
dude.
don't
Dude,
give
they
Ludacris
sleep
his
on him.
credit,
People forget,
man.
dude. They're like Fast and Furious.
Throw them
man.
bows, that fucking
Throw them
cadence on the whole
bows,
song.
yeah.
Cadence.
Cadillac grills, Cadillac spills.
We still
Damn.
don't know if that's his wife, his girlfriend, or his main bitch. It was never confirmed.
Is that your wife, your girlfriend? What's your
TMZ's never
fantasy
been
goes
confirmed,
hard.
dude.
I remember like I couldn't even listen to that song. I was like,
Yo, what's your fantasy is crazy.
Dude, he snaps on them. You want to do one on the video, but you can't be too loud.